Idea TV News at 9. I am Cynthia Bassi. We begin with the headlines. Idea TV unveils foundations of interest and honors 3 global philanthropic leaders driving change in Africa. Burundi launches national data governance strategy. And IMF approves $123 million for Burkina Faso climate and economic reforms. Nigeria hosts first CPAC conference to boost African trade. NSCDC intensifies efforts to curb vandalism in Edo State. And away from Africa, Trump threatens legal action against BBC over panorama edit. And in health, Nigerian Dental Association warns against risky oral habits. In business, telecom operators cut 383 jobs amid soaring costs. In sports, Sterling Bank partners with CCC Lagos to boost Cricket League. And now the news in full. Idea TV has launched the inaugural edition of its Foundations of Interest initiative recognizing global philanthropic organizations transforming Africa's research, innovation, education, and development landscape. The program highlights foundations whose investment demonstrably strengthen systems, empower young people, and align with Africa's local priorities at a time when official development assistance to the continent continues to decline. The first edition honors the MasterCard Foundation, the Gates Foundation, and the Wellcome Trust for their measurable impact across education, health innovation, scientific research, and economic empowerment. MasterCard Foundation is recognized for its continent-wide investments enabling millions of young Africans to access education, dignified jobs, and entrepreneurship opportunities. The Gates Foundation is celebrated for its role in advancing global health interventions and product development partnerships that have delivered life-saving vaccines, drugs, and diagnostics across Africa. The Wellcome Trust is acknowledged for its long-term support for scientific excellence on the continent, including major programs such as Data's Africa and H3 Africa, as well as its contributions to global infectious disease research. Idea TV says the recognition aims to spotlight foundations working in alignment with African needs, strengthen public awareness, and encourage better coordination of philanthropic investments across the continent. The session is inviting nominations from the public as well as partners and sponsors interested in supporting future editions. The Foundations of Interest initiative premiered on the 14th of November 2025 and is part of Idea TV's commitment to communicating ideas that drive Africa's development. Moving ahead, Burundi has officially adopted its first national data governance strategy, aiming to strengthen control over the country's data ecosystem. The strategy was validated last week with support from the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa through its Data Governance in Africa initiative. It is designed to regulate the collection, management, sharing, and use of data generated by the state, businesses, and the citizens. The strategy is built on 7 key pillars including governance, legal frameworks, data management, infrastructure, security, capacity building, and the promotion of a data-driven economy. Authorities engage more than 60 national institutions from public, private, academic, and civil society sectors in its design. Officials say the strategy will improve public administration efficiency, enhance transparency, and support better public policies. It also aims to boost digital innovation, create jobs in the data sector, and establish a sovereign, inclusive model for data governance aligned with international standards and Burundi's long-term vision 2040 to 2060. In another news, the International Monetary Fund has approved approximately $122.7 million in financing for Burkina Faso under a new resilience and sustainability facility arrangement. The 18-month program is designed to support the country's reform agenda, strengthen macroeconomic resilience, and bolster external stability amid rising climate risks. The initiative will also expand access to clean energy and water, improve climate risk data publication, and attract climate financing by increasing investment transparency. IMF Mission Chief Jaroslaw LIVESTOCK highlighted that the reforms are expected to have significantly positive effects on public finances, the balance of payments, and overall transparency. Burkina Faso faces growing economic pressure from climate change, particularly in agriculture and food security. The government has launched a 2024 to 2028 National Adaptation Plan targeting agricultural resilience, water management, and financial partnerships. The IMF forecast the economy to grow by 5% in 2025, supported by high gold prices and ongoing structural reforms. In another news, Nigeria has launched the inaugural Customs Partnerships for African Cooperation in Trade Conference, or CPAC, in Abuja. The three-day event, organized by the Nigerian Customs Service in collaboration with the African Export-Import Bank, aims to accelerate economic growth and strengthen intra-African trade. More than 30 African customs administrations are participating, alongside private sector operators including manufacturers, logistics firms, airlines, and shipping companies. Comptroller General of Customs Adewale Adeniyi said the conference underscores Nigeria's commitment to fully implementing the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. He explained that the government is focused on trade as a driver of economic development, job creation, and poverty reduction, with reforms including port decongestion, infrastructure upgrades, and the deployment of modern platforms such as the National Single Window. Adeniyi highlighted that customs authorities play a central role in enforcing trade rules, granting preferences, and facilitating duty reductions across Africa. He added that the conference will address private sector challenges and non-tariff barriers, while the services modernization has also contributed to major revenue growth and strengthened national security through interceptions of illicit goods. CPAC, supported by the World Customs Organization, seeks to make African trade more cooperative, transparent, and efficient. The Edo State Command of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps had held an emergency stakeholders meeting on Friday to discuss ways to protect critical national infrastructure in the state. Addressing the gathering, State Commandant Saidi Akintayo said the engagement aimed to strengthen the safety, stability, and resilience of power installations, data centers, communication masts, and transport systems. Akintayo stressed that the Corps' mandate includes safeguarding facilities from vandalism, sabotage, and unauthorized access while continuously analyzing threats to develop proactive strategies. He highlighted the importance of collaboration between government agencies, private organizations, security operatives, and the public to address physical, technological, and cyber threats. Representatives from major telecom operators, the Transmission Company of Nigeria, scrap dealers, and transport associations attended the meeting. Stakeholders pledged to work together to protect infrastructure while with scrap dealers profiling members to distinguish legitimate operators from vandals and transport associations, advising vigilance against suspicious activities that could threaten critical assets. We now go on a quick break. The news continues when we return.
Number 9. Hyper-personalized AI tutors in education tech. Education is going through a shift similar to what we've seen in entertainment and shopping. Hyper-personalization. Instead of one-size-fits-all lessons, AI tutors adapt in real time to how a student learns. Khan Academy launched Khanmigo, an AI-powered guide that helps students with math, science, and coding, while also assisting teachers with lesson planning. Duolingo uses AI to personalize language lessons, serving over 80 million monthly users worldwide. Global Market Insights projects that the AI and education market could surpass $30 billion by 2032. By 2026, AI tutors may become as common as textbooks once were.
Good to have you back. This is Idea TV News at 9. Now the rest of the news. Away from Africa, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced plans to take legal actions against the BBC, claiming the broadcaster misrepresented his 6 January 2021 speech. Trump said he intends to sue for between $1 and $5 billion following an apology from the BBC that did not include financial compensation. The BBC acknowledged that an editor of the speech had unintentionally given the mistaken impression that President Trump had made a direct call for violent action and confirmed it would not air the segment again. The statement came after Trump's legal team demanded a retraction, apology, and damages. Speaking on board Air Force One, Trump described the edit as egregious and insisted he had an obligation to sue to prevent similar misrepresentation in the future. As of Friday evening, no lawsuits had been filed in federal or state courts in Florida. Moving on to health news, the president of the Nigerian Dental Association, Dr. Emodom Elias, has cautioned Nigerians against careless oral habits, highlighting the mouth as a sensitive organ that requires proper care. Speaking at the association's 58th annual general meeting and scientific conference in Abuja, he specifically warned against using teeth to open bottled drinks, noting that such practices can lead to fractures, gum injuries, and more serious oral health issues. Dr. Elias also shared insight on building a successful dental practice in Nigeria, emphasizing the need for accessible equipment, public awareness, and regular patients' visits, and continuous training for dental personnel. He stressed that establishing a clinic alone is not sufficient for delivering quality dental care. Addressing broader challenges, Dr. Elias identified inadequate funding and the urban concentration of dental clinics as key obstacles. He recommended integrating dental services into primary health care centers to improve access in rural areas, noting that this step could significantly expand the reach of dental care across the country. Now to business news. Nigeria's telecommunications sector has reduced its workforce by 383 employees between 2023 and 2024 as operators grappled with a sharp rise in operating costs. Licensed operators reported a drop from 17,882 to 17,499 staff over the year, according to the Nigerian Communications Commission. The reduction coincided with an 85% increase in operating expenses, rising from 3.16 trillion naira in 2023 to 5.85 trillion naira in 2024. The Commission attributed the surge to higher energy costs, inflation, foreign exchange pressures, and multiple charges by state and local authorities. GSM operators, internet service providers, and value-added service firms recorded the largest job cuts, despite a shrinking subscriber base falling from 224.7 million to 164.9 million after the enforcement of the NIN SIM linkage policy. Capital investment in the sector grew. Telecom operators expanded network infrastructure and increased industry revenue from 5.30 trillion naira to 7.67 trillion naira, contributing 14.4% to the nation's GDP in the fourth quarter of 2024. And lastly, in sports news, Sterling Bank has partnered with the Club Cricket Committee Lagos ahead of the 2025-2026 season, providing financial support to one of Nigeria's and West Africa's longest-running cricket leagues. The announcement was made at the bank's headquarters in Lagos, where the league's new executive outlined plans for the season, which begins on Saturday, the 22nd of November at the University of Lagos Cricket Oval. Endurance Ofem, chairman of CCC Lagos and former Yellow Greens captain, said the partnership will help address previous sponsorship challenges and inspire the next generation of cricket talent. He added that matches will be streamed live to reach audiences beyond Lagos and to showcase the league's stories through digital content. Sterling Bank's Chief Marketing Officer, Donatus Okpakwo, explained that the collaboration rests on 4 pillars: elevating the game, expanding participation through grassroots programs, building heroes, and strengthening the cricket ecosystem. The CCC Lagos, founded in 1987 as a 4-club league, now features 22 teams across 2 divisions, with promotion and relegation determining the competitive structure. And now that's all for you on Idea TV News at 9. But before we go, here's a recap of the headlines. We brought you news that Idea TV unveils foundations of interest and honors 3 global philanthropic leaders driving change in Africa. And Burundi launches national data governance strategy. IMF approves $123 million for Burkina Faso climate and economic reforms. Nigeria hosts first CPAC conference to boost African trade. NSCDC intensifies efforts to curb vandalism in Edo State. And away from Africa, Trump threatens legal action against BBC over Panorama edit. In health, Nigerian Dental Association warns against risky oral habits. And in business, telecom operators cuts 383 jobs amid soaring costs. And lastly, in sports, Sterling Bank partners with CCC Lagos to boost Cricket League. And now do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms at Idea Television. I am Cynthia Bassi. Thank you for your time.